This is the WHTC Morning News with Gary Stevens and Peg McNichol on 99.7, 1450 WHTC and WHTC.com.
And we welcome you back to Talk of the Town for Morning News for this Thursday, the 22nd of July. Talk of the Town doesn't start for another 30 minutes or so. Time now for Destination Downtown. Find out what's going on in downtown Holland. A little look at travel and tourism in the Tulip City with the Executive Director of the Holland Area Visitors Bureau, Linda Hart. It's presented by the Windmill Restaurant on 8th Street in downtown Holland, home of the hash brown omelet. Linda joins us via the Zoom connection. Good morning, Linda. Hope all is well.
Good morning, Gary. How are you today?
Not bad, except sometimes we do get our shows mixed up, and we have to remember that we are still in morning news.
That's okay. We're talking the town.
Okay. Well, let's put it this way. One of the talks is the fact that right now, the no vacancy lights and signs are apparently up in our hotels in our area. What's the deal? What's the big thing? I mean, it's not tulip time. It's not any big festival. What's going on?
You know, it's so interesting that we've just had this trend weekend after weekend. And really this weekend is, we got squeezed a little tight on lodging availability. But the good news is that we have a swim meet and softball tournaments that are going on in Holland this weekend. So we have 650 swimmers. Those are just the swimmers. That doesn't even include the families that are in town for a meet this weekend. And then 25 softball teams. All taking up lodging in our hotels, going in our downtown, shopping, eating, beveraging. It's just makes my heart warm and fuzzy.
Yes, and that means pack your patience if you are driving into downtown Holland, especially if you want to catch the Michigan Moonwalker spotlighting tonight's street performer series.
Right, absolutely. So tonight, 6:30 to 8:30. You know, it's just so cool that they continue to bring in new entertainment, fan favorites that come through the downtown. So, yeah, pack up the kids, put a little change in the pocket, and come on down for the street performers this evening. It'll be a lot of fun.
That's, of course, is this evening. Other things, if the street performers not of your liking, the Holland Summer Repertory Theater continues its series, and they've been having a banner series so far with the HSRT. That's the number, the words the letters I'm thinking of.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And they've been doing some matinees, and I've been riding my bike back and forth to work, and so I go right by the. Obviously, it's both of us today, Gary. Right by the Pine Grove. To see the performances. It's super cool. So this afternoon they have Every Brilliant Thing, but they're also doing the importance of being earnest tonight, Friday and Saturday from 7:30 to 9:30. So you can certainly enjoy that show. You're absolutely right. I've heard that they've been really super well received, and the way that they have the stage set up on the Pine Grove with the seating, it is really quite quaint.
Now, we've been mentioning this. Patty likes to mention this during her What's New Around Holland segment on Talk of the Town, especially when she talks about the Friday night dinner series over at the Holland VFW Post. Pick up the food between 5 and 7 at the Post, and then go to Collin Park to enjoy the band tonight. The Family Tradition Band performing tomorrow night over in the band shell at Collin Park. Right.
So, country rock. And, if you like country and you like rock, this is the band that you want to go see. And it's free, right, at Collin Park. And they were rated the best band in the Detroit area for 2021. So, obviously they've got some credentials behind them, and I think it's going to be well attended.
Now, there is an event. It's not necessarily in downtown, but the Harbor Humane Society's got a fundraiser coming up tonight.
Yes, they do from 6 to 10. This is a very important fundraiser. They always ask for donations throughout the year. You can drop things off at the Humane Society, which is located in Olive Township. But, this is their big fundraiser. It's called Ales for Tales. Ales, obviously, because they've got a number of beverages available for purchase, mostly local. The Tales, they do a silent auction, which I looked at a couple of the items the other day, and they've got some really good items going. Entertainment and then food. And the event takes place at the shores at West Shore. The shops at West Shore. It is an outside event. Today's supposed to be perfect. So come on down and support the mission for the Holland Humane Society. If you can't, you can always go online, bid on the silent auction. And they're also doing the Amazon Smile. So great fundraiser, certainly something that the entire community, if they can, would appreciate any support.
Yeah, the Harbor Humane Society making sure our puppies and kitties find forever homes. Let's talk a little shop for a second. We had Marcia Scrotenbauer on yesterday with the Holland Farmers Market update. She couldn't give us an update as to who won the T-shirt contest. Maybe we'll know from Sarah Cozzolino of who won that T-shirt contest they're running over at the Farmers Market. But there's another contest, and it's winding down for the photo contest involving the Holland Area Visitors Bureau.
Right. So you're absolutely right. So we announced the winner, Measy Ryan, for the cover photo contest, a beautiful picture, but then we picked 15 additional photos that were just like, wow, how do you choose? And so we put those 15 pictures up on our Facebook page. So we're doing a People's Choice Award. So each one of those top 15 will get a cash prize, but the People's Choice will get a little bit more in their cash prize. So that ends today. So last day to vote. So please, if you have some time and you really love some beautiful tulips, go to our Facebook page, Discover Holland, and vote for your favorite tulip.
Now, next week, a couple of things. One we've been talking about is the Ottawa County Fair that begins on Monday, runs through Saturday. There, of course, the 4-H youngsters with their pigs and their cows and their horses and their kitties and all that fun stuff. But there's also plenty of action on the grandstand, and we've been giving away passes this week. So we know all about that. But that the Knickerbocker Summer Movie Series kicks off on Monday with a movie that is just slightly ahead of us, Linda, because I think we were too young in the early 60s when these movies came out, and people first thought of Sally Field not as the Flying Nun, not as the Academy Award winning actress, not as the perfect foil for Burt Reynolds. They knew her as Gidget.
They did, so that's the first movie, Gidget, and it's so interesting, when it's just wonderful that the Knickerbocker is kicking off this series. It's a one day only, one movie each week, and it kicks off on Monday. We're super excited to have it. 7:30 at the Knickerbocker. It's a first come, first serve. So tickets are $5 and sold at the door. So Gidget is the first movie. We're super excited. It was intended that these movies to provide some lightheartedness, summer entertainment that offers both fun and hope. But you're right. Some of them movies are a bit dated, so I'm not going to go any farther with that, but we'll start with Gidget on Monday.
I don't want to say dated, but let's just put it this way. Those who remember when Gidget was, the one of the big movies, the Frankie Avalon, Annette Funicello, beach blanket bingo movies and stuff like that. And Elvis Presley was in some of those. Well, I don't know about the beach stuff, but it was the late 50s, early 60s, pre-British invasion, I think was the best way of putting that. And, unfortunately, we were too young to get involved with that. We started getting into the British invasion in 64, 65. And by that time, the beach was so passe.
That's right.
One final thing, Linda, and I just sort of want to put this all in perspective. It's nice to talk about events that's going on. It's nice to talk about hotels busy, can't find a room, no vacancy signs lit up and being displayed. Far cry from a year ago, I'm afraid. Far cry from a year ago.
I know. It's just, I consider 2020 the year that wasn't. It was like a blink and it was gone, and it's been a year. And I think we're so thankful. Our community just continues to rally, to come together, to support each other. We're extremely fortunate. We are extremely fortunate. Remember when we were talking about those postcards and we had that postcard program here? Since we put the postage on the cards and send them out every morning, Gary, I'm seeing cards from Florida. Hi, we're having a great time. California, Texas, all over the United States. So it's a really great way to capture where our visitors are coming from. So you're right, extremely different. So thankful and just blessed to have another day.
Let's hope that it does, shall we say, continue, even though we have some situations going on. We'll talk more about it a little bit later. Linda Hart, as always, thank you very much for joining us today on Destination Downtown. We'll talk again next week.
Thanks, Gary. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much, Linda Hart, on 99.7 and 1450 WHTC. Destination Downtown has been a service of the Windmill Restaurant.